There's something pretty cool about building a toy. You start off with a box of blocks and pieces, and an hour later you have your very own toy that looks like more than just a bundle of parts. The concept of toy building also aims to provide more hours of entertainment outside of the finished product. Sadly, a lot of toys fail to produce this element due to rigid designs and limited creative freedom. Snapships is as creative as modern toys go. There's a large range of cool ships to collect and make, an app that will make all these tech-savvy kids happy, and the freedom on offer here delivers a substantial amount of entertainment. In short, Snapships is a range of modular spacecrafts created by snapping pieces of parts together to make a fully fledged vehicle. I would use the words blocks here, but the range of toys is far from your average trip to the Lego store. Instead of relying on blocks to make parts to put together, Snapships used modular parts that snap into one another. This sort of approach comes with its own set of perks. The toy range is easier to make, doesn't break as fast, and kids who don't want to read through hundreds of pages of directions can still build their dream ship. PlayMonster sent me 2 Snapships to fiddle around with. Each of the Snapships belongs to a faction in the toy story. There's a war going on between the Complex, who are deadly aliens who travel the galaxy and take over planets. The Forge, on the other hand, are highly trained aliens and humans who defend the galaxy from these power-hungry creatures. It just so happens that both factions use spaceships to fight, and these spaceships are the Snapships. The story isn't anything deep and meaningful, but I don't think it has to be. You will know what faction ship you have just by looking at it. The Complex boasts a black and maroon color, while the Forge have ships that are grey and a blue shade. The Snapships range include larger ships and smaller ones. These range from 300 to 1000 Rand depending on the ship you buy. The most expensive ones, like the Scorpion that I cover here, include more moving parts and modules to work with. However, given the scale of this galactic war, the sizes add to the fleet that you're really trying to build. Each Snapship box comes with a few things inside. You get the instruction manual, a black tray with all the parts, and a poster of the ship that you bought. The black tray is the most important thing of the experience here. This tray includes all the blocks and modules, as well as a character or two. The instruction manual then details how to build up the ship that you have. It also includes variations that you can build using the same parts. Not knowing anything about Snapships, I was surprised to see how few parts there were in the box. I am used to building Lego sets that include thousands of blocks, so this was a breath of fresh air. The general ship design revolves around a base that are these squarish blocks. Everything then gets snapped onto these blocks, but the instruction manual explains all of this in great detail. If you have built a Lego set before, the general building experience is much the same here. Each page tells you what you need to know and how to go about snapping the parts together. I built both of these ships with my niece, who is 11 years old, and she found the instructions clear and pretty simple. I often had to just rotate a block or two or fix an error that she made, but it wasn't anything too challenging. She often struggled to snap a block into another one, but this is because she has tiny fingers and weak hands. I blame sitting on an iPad all day instead of using her hands for actual things. But anyways, being Snapships, you literally need to snap blocks together, which does require a bit of force. Thankfully, each block is designed with a button-like nub that snaps into another end star-shaped hole. The two combined together means things can rotate and jiggle with ease. The Lotus Snapship didn't take too long to make in comparison to the Scorpion. However, these are two very different ships. One is a fighter plane and the other is a massive carrier responsible for escorting minions to war. There's also a stark difference in the general style of the two ships. The Scorpion, belonging to the Complex, packs sharp wings and even claws that come out of the ship. Once the ships were done, it was time to fiddle around with them. Each ship comes with some ammunition that can be shot out like missiles. The Scorpion also has drop pods that can be dropped from the ship by pressing down on a panel. This is a pretty cool feature and one I was actually pleasantly surprised with. Unfortunately, most of the interactive features on the Snapships require fixing and finding once used. The missile ammo flies off into the distance and the drop pods smash into pieces, so I had to sit and put it all back together. It can end up in a messy situation with lots of smaller pieces going missing. Once you get bored of the basic build in the box, you can then move on to other variations that are also included in the instruction manual. The Scorpion had 3 builds in total and the Lance had 2. These alternative builds offer great value for money and should keep the kids busy for a few hours as they take apart the main build and make the others. You can also go your own route and build your own ship. You can combine all modules and make something bigger and better if you have the imagination for it. After spending a week with Snapships, I was impressed. The toy range offers some creative things for kids to do while expanding their mindset by offering the freedom to build whatever they want. Sure, the small pieces will go missing pretty quickly, but you can also play without these parts attached. There's also a mobile app that you can download before even buying any of the toys. It comes with some games to play, and you can view the Snapships in your home in AR. Given how kids love tech, maybe this is a great way to sell them on these toys. Snapships aren't badly priced. You can start your collection at 300 Rand and expand into the 1000 Rand if you're looking for the biggest and best builds. Kids will also love them because there's really nothing cooler than participating in an intergalactic war. And now with Snapships, they have the opportunity to make their own fleet from scratch. We really enjoyed our time with the Snapships. Even though they are focused at children, it is still a lot of fun to put them together and make our own custom builds. What do you guys think? Could you see yourself building some of these? Let us know down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, farewell.